Oregano channel. I'm here today to review and compare those two airbrushes, and on your screen right now you should see the shortcut menu. If you don't like to watch the whole video, you just want to get to some interesting point right away, it will help you. So those are airbrushes from Germany. They both have this Hansa Steenbeck logo right now. This is the Evolution Silverline M with a side feed and 0.4mm nozzle set. And the other one is Hansa 481 with also a side feed with a 0.3mm nozzle set. And Hansa used to be the independent brand from Germany, manufacture airbrushes, but it was purchased by the competitor, by Hansa Steenbeck a few years ago, and they decided to continue some of the products like the 481, some of the popular models of the airbrush, and they manufacture them now as a kind of, I don't know, part of the line under the Hansa name, but they have many parts used from the original Hansa Steenbeck product right now. As you can see, the same packaging, absolutely the same case, and all the accessories, all these bottles and caps I'll show you later, but they are absolutely the same, and some parts inside of the airbrush with a similar packaging. And there's something I don't like about this package. As you can see now, here's an airbrush with all the accessories. Originally from the factory it came covered with kind of clear plastic kind of wrap around it to hold all the parts together, and right now to get it out we have to cut it. So I thought it will be, you know, kind of a plastic case to carry on my airbrush, take it with me wherever I want to, and it will be safe inside. But it's not so safe just because this airbrush will fall off there eventually. Right now it's not all the way in, so just to show that it will fly all over this case. It can be kind of plugged in a little bit more, like that, but it's still, this thing is gonna go, especially on a hot day, it will fall off. So you'll have to figure out something to keep your brush safer in it. As right now, as I said already, all the accessories the same. These caps, they're absolutely the same, like in a mirror. Also, those clear bottles, this everything, you can just exchange them. Same connection, same everything. So let's pull them out and I'll take them apart and see what they're made of. Here how they look taken apart, and on the side here I have some parts which are absolutely the same on both airbrushes. As you can see, there's some springs, needle chunk, some nuts and seals. They are the same. They can be replaced on both airbrushes, the same parts. Some parts are very similar, can be used on both airbrushes. For example, this trigger on Evolution have little more complicated shape, and I guess it's more comfortable, more ergonomic with this kind of stairs on top. Hold your finger. This one is pretty simple trigger from Hansa, and it looked very familiar to me when I took it off. And I thought maybe it's the same trigger as Ultra has, the Hansa Steenbeck Ultra. And so I pulled the part. This is a part number for Ultra airbrush, and the trigger looked very familiar to me. And what I found is this trigger is basically the same. Not basically, it is the same trigger. I measured all the sizes. They are absolutely the same. The trick is, if you're gonna order the trigger for, how they call it, the lever device complete for Hansa airbrush, you'll pay about $10 more than the one for Ultra. So, piece of advice for guys, if you're buying Hansa and you need the trigger, just go with the Ultra. It will save you some money. So all the seals are Teflon except the air valve, the rubber, the black ones. There's Teflon right in there, the ring just left in. And the nozzle seal is also Teflon, so you can use some automotive paints with it. Just don't get crazy on it, and don't let it go to the air valves, because it's gonna kill all these rubber seals. But anyway, the smaller one is for Hansa, and the larger one is for harder Steenbeck. They both self-centering, which is very good, because it's kind of hard to break this one. When you have the thread on a nozzle, when you have to use some tools to take it off, you have a good chance to screw it. And the larger one for hardened Steenbeck, I actually like it better because it have the thicker seal and at larger size and easier to use and not to lose it. And another good thing that most of the parts, I would say 85% of the parts for hardened Steenbeck could be used with other models, like if you have already, or if you're going to buy in the future the gravity feed airbrush like this one, the Evolution Silverline it's a CR, it's not a Silverline. The same parts are going to be used on a Ultra, on an Infinity, so most of the brush can be just taken apart and like switch the parts between the two models to different series. So it's a really good idea. If you have the cheaper airbrush, you're going to more expensive. If you have some spare parts already, it can be taken from your previous airbrush. That's a good part of it. So let me take it all back together, and I'm gonna plug in a compressor and show you what it can do. Here is Silverline M0.4 nozzle and my small compressor, which is airflow 10.5 liters per minute, and we're pressure about 15 psi right now. I have the maximum set up. This is a small compressor usually used for like nail design and stuff like that, so let's try. As you can see, there's some pulsation on the lines. It's fine because I have the small compressor with a low airflow and there's no receiver. So that's normal. But usually, I mean, basically you can use this airbrush with a small compressor, because most of airbrush with a nozzle side like that won't just work with a small airflow. But this one does, and it's not so well. I mean, you've seen how it has this feel. See if it gets it. I think I'm out of paint. I'll get some more. I use just Wicked Colors by Createx. You can use any colors, I mean any paints. Let's try it again. So I would say it's pretty good. Yeah, out of paint again. Works good, and the fine lines have this pulsation on it, but I took the needle, the nozzle cover off, protective cover, and well, I would say I can use it for any purpose with a small compressor. Let's try to plug in the bigger one. So this one is much bigger air compressor with a receiver and about 30 probably psi on the airbrush. So let's try it. Needs some time to get used to the airbrush, but overall I like it. It works with small compressor, it works much better with larger compressor. That's why I recommend you to get one with a receiver if you don't have one already. And 0.4, here's the thick line, like we use for a background. That's how it goes. So you're gonna get it pretty quick and fast. And this one is a fine line, which is really not bad for 0.4. Sorry folks, I'm not going to plug in a Hansa airbrush just because I really think you should get the Silverline M if you're looking for a side feed airbrush, if you're choosing between those two. These have much more advantages for a price difference like $15 between them. You're getting the air adjustment, the needle adjustment, which is really helpful and useful when you're trying to do some small stuff and want to limit yourself, not to pull trigger too hard, not to get too much paint on your surface. This is very helpful. Hansa doesn't have it. The trigger shape is much more, I mean, it depends, you might like the round shape better, but I think this holds finger better and this is more ergonomic design than the simple trigger on Hansa, which is ultra finger as we found out. I mean, ultra trigger, much cheaper than the Evolution one, and this is Evolution. So this is line, I mean, the Airbrush line, which sells very good, and it's not going to go nowhere anytime soon. I'm not sure about Hansa, because Hansa really doesn't sell this well, and this is a brand they purchased, they still manufacture it, but who knows, maybe this year, maybe next year, maybe a couple years from now, they decide, hey guys, that's it, let's discontinue it. And you'll get this Airbrush, you'll stuck with it. When you're getting the Evolution, you have all the parts that are gonna fit to Infinity, to Ultra Airbrush, to other lines from Hansa and Steenbeck, and all the future models. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do all the same stuff, the universal parts that can be used on all of the models, can be replaced, can be just mixed, because this airbrush can be mixed with Infinity. Just if you want to have some fun, you can do an Infinity trigger here and some other parts. Most of all, you can switch this, you can change this air cap with Infinity, with a fine line, with a chrome type, which is, I think, much more, I just like it better. It's better visibility on the surface when you get in protected. You can use a distance cap, and it has some advantages. So just go with the Silverline, that's what I say. If you feel that 0.4 is too much for you, just get a separate set of 0.2mm, and you have two of the most universal for any project, for any size, for any paint. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope I was helpful at any point, and just visit us at spraygunner.com, subscribe, we have some more videos coming out, and see you later.